You might think immigration judges is a judge. It has the due process power. And if you go through the immigration court system, you had your due process right. And if you're rejected, you send home, deported, it's all fair. That's a lot of times the end discussion when I hear a lot of these debates. Well, they got their due process because they went through the immigration judge court. What does that mean to people who are in the process? Whether they filed their case with immigration court, whether they're stuck in immigration court, whether they need to get out of immigration court, they need to know the context. In all of the US, there's only about 600, 700 immigration judges now, and that's already a record number. Sure, you're seeing some immigrants being fired, but I assure you, they will be rehired back. And when I say hire, I'm not saying nominated for a lifetime position like a normal judge you would think of at the state level, at the federal level. Those are all Article 3 judges that are appointed for life, that are part of the judicial system. But for immigration judges, they're not. They get chosen and hired on by the Attorney General, who is appointed by the president. They are directly part of the executive branch. So whatever the president's agenda for the nation regarding immigration, they will select an attorney general who shares that belief, generally speaking, and then the attorney general selects the immigration judges. Right now, there's over 3 million backlogged cases and only a couple hundred people. And when I say people, I'm talking about immigration judges. But what are the qualifications of these immigration judges? You go through the background check, which could sometimes take years. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to know immigration law, which is very shocking to a lot of people. And the reason for that is actually just pure practicality. It's just the background check is so tough, the qualifications is so high to be an immigration judge that if you also require them to know immigration law, let alone to be a certified immigration law specialist, you probably won't be able to hire anyone. So it's just not fair to say, oh, immigration judge requires to know immigration law. Obviously, it's a plus, right? In their hiring manual, it's like it's a plus if you know immigration law, if you handle some. And immigration law is extremely complex. There's business immigration, EB1 through EB5. There's family immigration law, and there's deportation and asylum law, right? They're all very different. And many immigration practitioners who just know one area don't know much about the other areas. So to be an immigration judge, you don't need to necessarily know everything or anything. You're supposed to learn it, get trained, and be assigned and do it. So when you are finally presenting your case in front of an immigration judge, don't assume that they know everything and they know all the remedies for it. You still have to prepare your case well. And this is where it gets tricky because unlike a criminal court, you are not assigned a public defender. You don't have a right to an immigration representation, an attorney to represent you. And so do your best to prepare your case to explain why you can deserve to get a green card, why you deserve to get bail, why you deserve to stay in the United States. So you really want to prepare those arguments well. Even if an immigration judge approves your case, that doesn't mean later on they won't reverse it. And chances are the Attorney General is not going to go and reverse every single one of these cases. But if it's bad enough, a lot of times these immigration judges gets fired. The reason why I don't think immigration judges and immigration courts will ever become an Article 3 judge, as much as people want it, is because the immigration law is so part of the foreign policy, is so much part of the executive branch, that it is just almost impractical to do that. Think about how much funding ICE is getting to expand their deportation machine. Immigration judges is very much part of that, but it's really expensive, the vetting process to go through this. And again, painting the picture, a lot of these immigration courts is just done on WebEx. It's just like a Zoom conference. And you present your case. You might have 5 minutes, 10 minutes to present your argument. They might not know immigration law that well, but they know enough about your case. And if you don't make the right claims and the government makes a strong claim, then again, you lose your privileges and your rights. So very little resources to, I don't want to say fairly, to accurately really assess a situation by an officer, by an immigration judge who was appointed by the Attorney General, who was appointed by the president with a very political leaning. And if they don't adjudicate cases according to the political shift in this particular immigration, their job is on the line that they can be fired. That is the nature and situation of our immigration system. My advice is anybody who's in this system, who is about to go see an immigration judge, who might see an immigration judge, do your best to understand immigration law so that you can present the best case you can, because these officers, trust that they might still be good people and that they want to adjudicate things fairly. They are not just puppets, because we have seen, regardless of which administration is in place, we have seen officers and immigration judges approve cases that we didn't think could be approved, but they were able to put themselves on the line and adjudicate it because they see the hardship that America will suffer if this person was deported, that they will see that the US citizen will suffer if this person was deported. So if your case, you can argue how you being in the US makes America more prosperous, makes America safer, and makes America stronger. Do your best, right? So understand the immigration law and advocate for yourself.